From this poem, you can expect one 1-mark question and one 6 marks question. If you want me in your life right now, you will not find me, because his face is hidden amid a crowd of stars. What is meant by pilgrim soul? As I told, pilgrim soul, it is the quest for love. So it means to say that quest of true love. Hello everyone, I am Babita Tamaya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In my previous revision class, I revised the play A Sunny Morning, and in my today's revision class, I'll be revising the poem When You Are Old, written by W.B. Yeats, that is William Butler Yeats. This poem is dedicated to Madonna. It is the real description of the poet's love. In this poem, the poet is not talking about the present nor about the past. He is talking about the future. So, before I move on with the synopsis of this poem, let me tell the weightage of this poem. From this poem, you can expect one 1-mark question and one 6-marks question. Put together, the weightage of this poem is for 7 marks. Moving on to the synopsis. The poet imagines his beloved in future when she is old and grey, woman full of sleep, to slowly read a book of memories from her youth. She recalled her days of soft looks and sorrows as she changed. As I told, the poet is speaking about the future, not about the past nor the present. It is about the future. So what does he say here? He says to his beloved, that is Madonna, when you're too very old, when your hairs are gone grey, and when you feel too very sleepy, you'll sit near the fire nodding your head, and you will take the book of memories written by the poet and you'll start reading it. It means to say that here Madonna has not accepted the poet's love, so he just says that when you're too very old, my book is the only thing who can accompany you when you're too very old, not even your husband. That is what he means to say here. Everyone looks beautiful. Youth is beauty, beauty is youth. She's aging now. No one can stop aging. Can we stop aging? No, it is not possible at all. She is growing old, and when we grow old, what happens? We can see dark circles under our eyes, our body shrinks, we lose our charm. So he says, whatever the beautiful looks you had in your eyes, you're losing it day by day, but my love to you remains the same thing. It will never fade for you. She remembers her faded beauty that was admired by many, but then recalls the only man, that is the narrator, who loved for the unique soul. Then what the poet says, there are many men around you. Many men have fallen for your beauty. For example, the honeybees will be around the flowers to suck the nectar. It's the same thing. Your beauty, there are many men around you, but you can find only one man whose love is totally unique. I don't know whether all the men who are behind you, maybe their love is true or false. I doesn't know, but my love for you is really true. The glad grace expresses that when she is young and beautiful, in her best moments of life, many will be interested in her, but their love for her will be superficial. As I told, when you're too very young, you can see many men around you wandering for your love, but they have fallen for your beauty, not for your inner soul. And their love is not true. It's a fake. It's superficial. But when it comes to me, it is not such a thing. It is totally different from other men. My love is different to you from other men here. The line, and love the sorrows of your changing face, suggests that when she gets old, her face gets shrink. But he will just love her with the same love he always had. So the poet also says that once you start growing old, you can see the wrinkles, you are losing your charm, you're losing your beauty. as well as your body shrinks. But whatever the beauty it is, it doesn't matter to me whether when you're young or when you grow old. I have not fallen for your beauty. I have fallen for your inner soul. I'm questing for the pilgrim soul. Pilgrim soul is questing for your love. I have loved the inner soul, not your beauty like other men. What the other men did here? The other men liked the beauty as well as a physique. But here, it is not the same thing with me. I loved your inner soul. And he also says that, but my love remains the same thing until my last breath for you. A contrast between glad grace and sorrow of your changing face would suggest that while other love in happy times, but he will love her every time, including the worst ones. Again, he is speaking about the men around her beauty. He says, whoever is behind your beauty, they will be with you only during your happy times. Poet says that they'll be not with you when you're in a sorrow, when you have some pain in your life. You won't find such men there. But me, I'll be with you during your happy and the sorrow time also. That is in your worst time as well as good time, I'll be with you. I'm not like other men. He concluded visualizing that she is now bending down beside the dying fire and tells herself in a whispering, in a regretful tone that her true love has fled and is hiding his face amid the crowd of stars. So at last, at the end, when she is too very old, she sits alone and she is whispering herself in a regretful tone, saying that why I did not accept that person or accept the narrator or the poet. Why I just rejected his love. At last she realizes, and after regretting, if she wants the poet back in her life, it is not at all possible, because the poet says that I am ashamed of myself. I have hid my face in the peak, that is in the mountain, where I don't want to show my face. I still don't know why you have not accepted my love. What you did not like in me, I really don't know. But now, if you want me in your life right now, you will not find me, because his face is hidden amid a crowd of stars. This is about the poem When You Are Old. Now let's move on with the question and answers, that is the 1 mark and the 6 marks question. To whom is the poem When You Are Old addressed? To whom it is addressed? So the poem is addressed to young lady with the speaker is deeply in love. So whom it is addressed? It is addressed to the young lady, that is Madonna. What does the speaker want his beloved to do when she is old? What does the speaker want to do? When she is old, the speaker wants her to recall the memories of the past. What his beloved want to do here? She has to sit near the fire and recalls her memories of the past. That is in future. She has to sit near the fire and then she has to think about the past. What does the phrase full of sleep mean? She is old, tired, and going to die in future. What is meant by pilgrim soul? As I told, pilgrim soul, it is the quest for love. So it means to say that quest of true love. What do you mean by pilgrim soul? Pilgrim soul refers to quest of true love. Mention any one aspect that the speaker loved in his beloved. So what did he love? What the poet loved? The other man loved her beauty and physique. But here, the poet loved her inner beauty and pilgrim soul. Where was the old woman sitting in the poem? She was sitting beside the fire, nodding her head. According to the speaker, what will the woman regret in her old age? So she had rejected the speaker's true love. What did she regret at the last? She regret that, or she whispered herself in a sorrow tone, saying that she has lost the true love. That is the speaker's true love. These are the few 1 mark questions from this poem. And from these, you can expect any one question. Moving on to the next one, that is 6 marks. From this poem, you can expect one 6 marks question also. How does the speaker distinguish his love from that of the others in the poem When You Are Old? The poet imagines his beloved in the future when she is old and grey, woman full of sleep, to slowly read a book of memories from her youth. As the woman is nodding by the fire, she leaves through the book, that is her memories, and recalls the days of soft looks and sorrows as she changed. As the poet says, when you're too very old, sitting near the fire, not even your husband will accompany you. So who is going to accompany? It is only my book. My book of memories will accompany you when you're too very old. And she also recalls about her soft look. So she had a beautiful eyes, and whatever the expression she had in her beautiful eyes, when she is growing old, even she loses all such stuff. She remembers her faded beauty that was admired by many, but then recalls the only man, that is a narrator, who loved her unique soul. She also remembers there were many men around me, but the only man who was very unique in his love, that was the narrator. He was totally different from the other men who were around me. He loved her even she grew less beautiful, and has her personality changed in the fullness of time. So when we grow old, we lose our charms, we lose our beauty, but my love for you remains the same. Whatever the love I showed you when you were young, the same kind of love you can expect from me when you're too very old. So if you're losing your charm, if your body shrinks, and if you're not good looking at your old age, it doesn't matter to me. But my love never fades for you. The glad grace expresses that when she is young and beautiful in her best moments of life, many will be interested in her, but their love for her will be superficial. The poet also says that there are many men around you, but their love is not true. Might be true or might be false. What the poet tries to say here in the sense, they will be with you only during your happy times, and only at that time they are interested in you. But once you lose your charm, they are not interested. They have fallen for your beauty, but once your beauty loses, or once your charm loses, they'll be never with you. They'll be in your happy times, but not in your worst times. The line, "and love the sorrows of your aging face," suggests that when she gets old, her face gets shrunk, but he will just love her with the same love he always had. So the other men would not be along with you when you're growing old, but my love remains the same thing, and I will be with you after you grow old also. A contrast between glad grace and sorrow of your changing face, which suggests that while others love in happy times, but he will love her every time, including the worst ones also. Pilgrim soul refers to the belief that every soul in a pilgrim on the way to salvation and redemption. The speaker exhorts the loved one to remember him in later year as she sits beside the fire and bends over the embers of the fire. So she now sitting near the fire, she'll whisper herself in a sorrowful tone, saying that now I'm regretting that I lost my love. I did not accept him. The word murmur suggests a whisper that she has no passion or just left. So at last, if she is thinking, or if she wants him back, where is he now? The poet has hidden his face amid a crowd of stars. The gradual diminishing of love, which may then loiter over mountains for a while and then disappear. Being on the mountains overhead suggests that love waited on a higher plane than that which she inhabited. So, the love, what he wanted, what he was waiting, he did not get that. So, he has hidden his face far from the mountains. He says that when they can understand my feeling and my love, why not you? It is not just a person that she has lost the ultimate, true and everlasting possibility of love. He concluded, visualizing that she is now bending down beside the dying fire and tells herself in a whisper and in a regretful tone that her true love has fled and is hiding amid a crowd of stars. So he is hiding his face amid a crowd of stars. That was all about the poem When You're Old. As I told, you can expect one 1 mark and one 6 marks question from this poem. I'll be back with another revision session, that is with the gardener. Until then, have a good day. Thank you.